Hello and welcome to glennzb TV, the show that puts glennzb up your Periscope. I'm bringing New Zealand to the world and the world to New Zealand. Hey, sorry, Christmas is off this year, obviously, with the whole all the reindeer in Norway being struck down by lightning. 232 reindeer, just crispy, golden brown. It smells delicious. In my mind, anyway. Yeah, I mean, if the reindeer are in short supply, you're going to struggle to get 8 or 9, however many Santa needs, together for your purpose of your present transportation. It's certainly a supply, in terms of the basic economic supply and demand situation, it's going to drive the cost of presents sky high, and frankly, I'm not willing to pay that much. Sorry, kids. No Christmas this year. I'm sure they'll understand. Major Wiener warning for you. He's out there sexting again. That's not actually the warning. I mean, yes, look out should you receive pics from Anthony. Probably don't look at it. There's a few things that confuse me about this. Why does he even pronounce his name Wiener when traditionally, if the I comes after the E, it should be Wiener? I mean, that was just asking for trouble to begin with. But my major warning is, if you are compelled to research this story, don't just Google search Wiener pics or Wiener videos. If you put the Anthony in there, is what I'm saying. If you're going to, and then as Bruce suggests, clear your browser history, especially if you're doing it at work or somewhere that the domestic manager has access to. The Cluster Munitions Act. This is what KiwiSaver is now. Is one of the things that KiwiSaver is possibly in violation of. Funding the sale of cluster munitions. I mean, there's a lot of boring names for things, but Cluster Munitions Act. There's a certain amount of cred involved in that. To be honest, I think there's a little part of us, even though, obviously cluster bombs, and as I heard this morning describe cluster bomblets, apparently they're a thing. Just little clusters. Obviously they're terrible, and yet when we found out that we might have inadvertently been investing in them, we felt a little bit tough and a little bit cool, didn't we? I think we did. Finally, my fish. Well, not my fish. If you were watching yesterday, yes, you might be here. You might wondering, has any progress? Are they dead? Are they alive? Have the tails started growing back? Are there no tails at all anymore? What's happening? Well, there's 2 fish, and they've gone to opposite corners. A bit like boxers before a bout. Whether they are preparing to fight each other, I don't know. But I did research it a little bit, and what I've discovered is, so there's a filter at the top with carbon cartridges. This is getting very technical and fish tanky, I know. And I thought to myself, I wonder if those are due for replacement. And so I did a bit of research to see how often you're supposed to replace those. You're supposed to replace those every 6 weeks. So monster number 2's had that fish tank for almost 2 years. And how many times have we replaced those Never replaced those cartridges. So if you divide 2 years by the numbers of 6 weeks in there, we might be a few cartridge changes behind. That might be causing a few issues with the fish. I'm going to try changing those cartridges today. Yes. Technically, we might be poisoning the fish. All right, don't need to rub it in. Well, I haven't been rubbing it into the fish. They've just been swimming around in it. So yeah, I might have a little look at those cartridges today, replace those, and see if that perks them up and brings them out of their corners, because I would like to see them fight. Thanks for having me up your Periscope. That was glennzb TV. I'll see you back here again tomorrow. Unless you're a goldfish, in which case you probably won't last that long.